Hello everyone, it's Cindy here from Hooked on Crafts. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 cards that I made using the Spellbinders Small Die of the Month kit for the month of April 2019. This was the first time I had received this kit and I love these flowers. I did use Michael's Recollections cardstock in different shades there. When I do my die cutting, I like to line my dies up, especially on these layered dies, so that I can kind of get a feel for how I'm going to put everything together. And as you can see right here, I kind of like to do mine assembly line style. And I wanted 2 different types of flowers, some that went light to dark and then others that went dark to light. So you'll see me here kind of just putting all my flowers together. Once I get them together, then I'll move all my dies out of the way and then just start to assemble and glue everything together. For this flower here, I did cut out a black piece because I kind of wanted to see how it would look, but I didn't end up using it because I just didn't really like the way that it looked once I got it all together. So I'm kind of speeding through this so that you guys can see how all the different layers go together. And I will tell you that I cut a ton of flowers. I cut yellow, purple, blue, some teal ones, and also a few white ones just on the smaller flowers to add. You'll see here a little bit later. But I had a ton of flowers. I used a ton in all these projects, but I also had a lot left over, as you'll see in the end. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I cut a whole bunch of pink ones too. So you'll see the card that I'm not going to assemble in this video, but I'll show it to you at the very end. I did all in pink flowers, which I think turned out gorgeous. So here I am starting to glue everything together. And like I said, I've got this sped up quite a bit, but I just wanted everybody to kind of see how they look going together. And once I got them all together, I thought they kind of looked a little bit flat and I wanted a little more dimension in my cards. So you're going to see me here. First I went through and I just kind of got my thumbnail under these little spiky parts and started kind of just pushing them up. And then I went to the next layer and I did the same thing. And as I go around, I'm just kind of breaking down some of the fibers in that bottom layer. And you can see how much dimension it gives them and how real they really look once you do that. And I did that with all the styles of flowers just to give them a little, I just think it makes them look more real. It just takes it to the next level. So yeah, I just love the way that looks. And here I am fluffing them all up. And I'm not sure which ones I like better, the dark ones or the light ones. I did go through with my white Signa Uniball roller and just add a little bit of dimension there to the middles. Okay, so I had seen Jennifer McGuire use this press and seal once she had laid out her flowers to pick them all up and then kind of position them again. So I had kind of laid mine out to see how I wanted the flowers to look. And you can see this is my first try at the press and seal, and looking back, I would have cut it down to fit my card size a little bit better so that it didn't stick to everything around it. My work surface is really cluttered here because I have 4 different cards laid out with all the flowers on them. But yeah, so I just kind of flipped it over. I am going to put this one on some gray cardstock, as you see. I was just kind of trying to get my designs down and how I wanted them to look. But it worked perfectly. It kept all the stuff together, and it was much easier for me to flip them over. And I had just taken some Distressed Oxide and my brick wall stencil and did a little blue brick wall, and I decided that I wanted the edges to look a little torn and tattered. So here I am just kind of tearing all around the edges. I wanted my gray cardstock to show some on the end, and I don't know, I just didn't want it to be all straight and perfect because it's a more urban look or something. So here you see me just going through, and it was harder to tear than what I thought, this cardstock. I'm not even sure what type of cardstock I'm using here. It's just some out of my stash. And that is one of the things that I love about die cuts, is that it allows you to use things that you already have in your stash and just add the die cuts to it. I think that's a great thing for card makers. just to be able to use some of the stuff they have in their stash. So I did not go out and purchase anything but the die and the papers, which I will use the papers going forward for lots of different projects. So that didn't bother me at all. Everything else came from my stash. I didn't purchase anything. And you will see I got 5 cards out of this that look totally different, really. And they're for all different occasions. So here you see me now. I'm going to try to put my flowers back onto this background once I've got it glued onto my cardstock. And I was not quite as graceful as Jennifer McGuire was, but hey, it was my first try. So I thought I did okay. And it did keep my layout pretty close to what I was doing. So I was happy with the way it turned out. So for most of the flowers, I am going to be using glue dots to glue them down. I just think that it makes them, it gives them a little bit of, I don't know, it's just a strong adhesive, and I thought it was really easy to use, and it allows me to tuck the other flowers in and around and get them going. I have to tell you, these little rosebuds at the top where this flower is, they were my absolute favorite from this set. All the flowers are beautiful, but that little rosebud, they are gorgeous. So you'll see me, I'm just going to make my way around the layout here, sticking them down one by one, using the glue dots. And my glue dots were extra sticky for some reason. I'm not an expert at glue dots, but these are some, I want to say they're by Sticky Thumb, and I get them at Tuesday mornings for like, I don't know, $3 for a couple hundred glue dots, which is a bargain. I pick them up every now and then because I like to use them with my die cutting stuff. And I just go one by one and lay them all down and get them all stuck on there. And this is my thank you card, all in blue flowers, which I absolutely adore. The ones I did glue some of them down, some of the smaller ones, and I am using the art glitter glue. Comes from May's shop, if anybody's familiar with May Made It. This comes from her shop. I will link all of the supplies down below if it's something that you can still pick up. The thanks die is just one I had in my stash. I have no idea where I got it or who it's by, but I just thought it fit the card well. And you'll see I added a few other die cuts, and I like to, for my words, I cut them out 3 times, and I do stack them together because I just think it looks better on my card that way. And I'm just going to go along and get all of these lined up, and you can kind of see the other cards off to the sides here that I've already got laid out on my papers, just so that I kind of had an idea where I was going with these. And I'm going to stick them all down. I decided it needed one kind of right up there at the top so that there wasn't a wide open spaces. And again, I'm sticking my die cut, the thanks down with the art glitter glue. It dries really clear, it dries really fast, it's no mess. It's perfect, I think, for this. And that is going to be card number 1. I think it turned out lovely. For the second card, I am just going to take some of my Distress Oxide in Worn Lipstick, watered it down. I just wanted the background not to be so stark white, so I'm going to splatter some in Worn Lipstick, and I'm going to splatter some in the Wilted Violet, just to give it a little bit of color because I didn't want it to be totally white. And these are all A2 size cards, so you just see me splashing away here. I was having fun with that. And I did a little bit better with my press and seal wrap there, I think, on this one. I think it's because my desk is getting a little bit clearer as I get a few of them done. And here I'm just going to get all my flowers laying the correct way. I did put tape on the back of some of these to kind of hold them together. I think maybe that's why they went down a little bit easier as I was taking that press and seal off. And I think I remember Jennifer doing that also. I just put Scotch tape on the back because that's where I had it. And then I'm just going to add some art glitter glue to all of them and try to stick that one piece down all in one fell swoop, which made it pretty fast and easy. And with the glue, you do have a little bit of time to kind of position everything where you want it, make sure it's all in the right spot. And then I'm just going to go through and tuck in the little rosebuds, the smaller flowers. Again, those rosebuds are so pretty. And I'm just adding them around to the sides. And this could be an any occasion card, I think. I did not put any sentiment on it. I'm just going to hang on to it. I think it would be perfect for Mother's Day, maybe a happy birthday, just anything really, just a just because card. I just think the flowers turned out really pretty. I like them all over the layout. So I'm sorry my voice sounds a little bit froggy today. I've got allergies and all kinds of stuff going on. So that was card number 2. So for card number 3, this is going to be, I decided to put it on some black and white striped paper. This paper came from Echo Park, or I think it's Cartabella, their flower market collection, which I got mine from, again, May Made It shop. And I just want to say sending you sunshine. So I kind of mask off the little words had the sunshine on it too. So I mask off that sunshine, and because I wanted to put my die cut sunshine. I think that sunshine is of my favorite things. But I thought with the black and the white and the yellow just pop so much. I love this yellow card. And again, it went together fairly easy, right? I'm getting a little bit better at the press and go. At least it did keep my layouts kind of get together, even though this one, I kind of mess it up and I fiddle with it a while because I forgot where I took one of the flowers when I went to add my glue dot, but that's okay. It turned out okay in the end. And this one is, you can see here, even though I put the glue dot on it, I was able to, I think I got it up a little high here and I ended up taking it off and moving it down a little bit. So you see, I kind of fussed with the layout a little bit more here to figure out what I had done. I probably got stopped in the middle and had to come back, honestly. I have 2 children, so there's always somebody running in and out, even though they're 13 and 15 now. Somebody is always coming through and when I'm trying to do my crafting. So I craft in spurts sometimes. I absolutely love that one though. Okay, so for the 4th card, this is some pattern paper I had left over from one of my Simon Says stamp kits. I want to say last year. It was one of the lovely flowers or sketch flowers or one of those kits. Excuse me. And I decided to make this one a congratulations card. I thought it could be for graduation or just a new job, anything, right? Just a congratulations card. I wanted this frame, and you can tell I didn't get it perfect on the bottom. I got it. It's a little bit wider, but I'm going to lay my flowers all around there, and you're not really even going to be able to tell. But I think the colors of this paper went perfect with the colors of my flowers here. And again, I'm just laying them out, trying to get them all tucked in. I was having problems with this one little rosebud. Once I got a few of the flowers down, it didn't want to go in there. So you'll see me, I take it out and kind of trim it a little bit and make the leaves and the stem a little bit shorter because it was not fitting very well for me. And again, I'm just using the glue dots, going all the way around. I put this one on the purple cardstock because I thought it just matched the paper perfectly. And again, I'm just taking my glue dots, my extra sticky glue dots, and going around and just sticking all those down. Guys, let me know in the comments below which card is your favorite and if you enjoy these type of videos. I love making cards and I like sharing them with you guys, so hopefully you guys like watching them. And this 4th card, it went together pretty quick once I had it all laid out, and I got my congratulations die cut. I then cut my frame out, and I'm just laying them down here now with the glue dots. Here's where I was fighting with that one little rosebud, and I finally just gave it a haircut and trimmed it off so that it would go in better, because it was not cooperating with me. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a haircut. It's okay. It still looks pretty. Nobody will even know that I cut it off. Here I am just trimming it. And yep, I'm going to stick it right back in there, and I think it turned out perfect. You'll see here in a minute, I had a ton of flowers left over to save for other projects. So I'll just stick them in my stash, and if I need them later on, they'll be all put together and ready to go. I figure if I'm going to die cut them out, I might as well die cut a bunch so that I have some. It's just as easy to die cut, 3 or 4 when you have the paper out as it is to do one. So I stuck my congratulations on the top, and I did put this on a white card base in the end. Most of them are on white card bases, actually, except for the very first one, and I had it on that pretty gray card base. Here's all of my leftovers. And then here is a look at all of the cards that I made today using all of my colorful blooms, layered colorful blooms. This was card number 4, congratulations. And card number 3, sending you sunshine. I love that black and white and yellow. This was card number 1, thanks. And card number 2 was just my all occasion card. This last one was one that I did earlier with the pink, just says hello. And then here is another look at all of these. If you guys make some of these cards or you got inspiration from my cards, please check me out on Instagram. I am hook.on.crafts. I will leave the link below. Thanks for stopping in and crafting with me today, guys. I hope you loved the cards that I made. Have a great day.